What's happening, people? Hello, happy Tuesday. I did make a video yesterday. I didn't post it, but I have it and I can put it out there. Maybe if I got a down day, I'll just put it out there. But you'll be able to see the trade I took as we're going through this particular video. So in this video, what we were really talking about, or in this day of trading, is taking trades even after you've taken losses. So there was a trade that I took that was a little bit early. The next trade I took was a pretty good trade. It just stopped it out, and I actually exited that one, and then it would have hit my stop, honestly. And then I got in the third time. And 3 times is my limit, or if I trade 3 trades in a row and they lose, then something's off balance. Either I'm not paying attention enough, or the market is really just giving me some really bad signals. And that can happen when you've got slow, whippy movements. And it's not that it's bad signals, you just have to read it a little bit differently to be able to understand how to participate in the market that day. I took 3 trades. The third trade was a winner, and then I followed that up with another winner. And then I took a break from trading for a while. Today is the longest I've traded in a very long time. I was at it for about 2.5 hours. I did have a meeting for about an hour with a bunch of really wonderful women who are all building their own businesses, and just kind of being a part of that community is really, really great. We went through that, and I was feeling very empowered by the end, and I decided to go ahead and trade some more. I saw some trades setting up, which I took 2 trades. One was a winner and one was a loser. So the first one actually was a loser. The second one was a winner. The first one actually shot down so hard that it went past my stop, especially because I hit the close button instead of letting it pull back and hit me. So it shot down so hard that instead of losing 1.25 points, I lost 1.5 points. The end of today, I walked away with, let's see, 5.75 points. That is with 6 trades, and that is with 3 losses and 3 wins. So I played half of them for loss, and one even went bigger than anticipated, and we still came out positive for 5.75 points. You have to really look at these losses that you're taking and say, okay, what's the reason I'm taking this loss? Is this loss because I'm seeing things wrong? Is this loss because I'm trying to make the market do what I want it to do? Or is this loss because it simply just didn't work out on that trade? And that happens. These won't work out, and then you just wait for the next one. And you're keeping your risk so low that it really should not be something that takes you out for the entire day if you take one loss. Now, if you're taking loss after loss after loss, which means that you're probably not seeing things correctly, that you're struggling a little to really be on focus. So whenever you're doing that, definitely step back, take a step away. Okay, before we move on to the video, let's go ahead and pull this puppy up so we can get a good look at what happened today. So for the first trade, took a short here, and then it stopped me out right at the top, 2.5. All right, let's go. Took another short because I was really prepared watching what was happening at that point. Now it pulled back. It did not hit my stop. I did take it out before, but it would have hit it on the next tick. So it would have definitely been stopped out. So 2 points. So I'm starting off my day 4.5 points down. Knowing where we're anticipating the market to go will make all the difference in the world. So it pulls back and it gives me one more opportunity. And I go ahead and take the short, and you can see I almost always let it hit my first target, which is 2 points. The second one I hold on and watch for what the indicators are telling me, what the areas are telling me, and take my exit then. So when it pulls back, it gives me some pretty clear signals of the long trade. Take the long, and first target, took the exit when it hit the first target. Second target, I held a little bit longer. Definitely could have held that one up until this point, and you can see that there are some reasons to exit here. pull back. It does push up and give a couple of more opportunities. So then we moved ahead. I was gone during this whole period. We moved ahead and looking for the long trade. A little bit quick on the draw right here. It pulled down really, really far and stops me out for a 3-point loss, which takes me down to 3 ticks in profit. I decided that I wasn't going to let that stop me. Saw some really good indications this was going to continue up. Took the long. When it pulls back here, I don't exit. And I actually considered, and you can see me in the video, I do consider putting in another long here. This one just pops up so fast that I went ahead and left it alone. I really could have added it in, but it's all right. Took it for 2 1/4. Did see reasons to exit just a little bit sooner. I think maybe the reason I held on, because in my mind I was saying that I'd already had a loss right here, and I can remember even thinking about that, having a loss right here, and I wanted to grab a little bit more out of it. But realizing that that thought process was going through my head, I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I don't say it out loud in the video, but I know what's going on up here because I've been living with this little cabeza for 41 years. But it pulls down, and I just go ahead and exit the trade. So we have, I'll go ahead and write this on here, but 3 losses, 3 wins. That's why we keep a low risk on things. That's why we pay attention. But that's going to wrap this up. And if you've got questions, definitely let me know. Enjoy the video, and I'll catch y'all on the profitable side. Good morning, everybody. Just looking at what's happening here. So I did take one trade yesterday. I have the video for it. I haven't put it up. So looking at what's happened so far today, and what we can anticipate. The market struggled, and you can see it's really working its way back and forth between these 2 EMAs. So what are we anticipating right now? Now it's back above the EMAs. MACDs are pushing up pretty strong. We're going to anticipate a pullback and a push back to the upside. Now, where is it going to happen? We're not mind readers. We're not fortune tellers. We don't know. Looks like it may be happening right now, but I don't believe so. I think it's going to push down just a little bit further. I could be wrong, but just looking at the way that the behavior is on the 610, we may get just one little deeper pushback before it goes up. What I want to do is I want to prepare for the short just to push this back down just a little bit further. I'm not going to let this go very far. So I'm going to pull this second one up pretty close. Just haven't had a very strong push up. So I may have gotten in just a tick or two early for this short, and I'm really not going to give it a whole lot of space to run. My first target, I moved in pretty close. Not really getting the pushback that I'd like to see. Gonna go ahead and take this out. Even if it does push back right now, it still would have hit my stop. I was a little bit quick on the draw. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. I still believe this is gonna push down. I just need a better entry. It's just giving a very, very weak look to the push up. Okay, give it one more opportunity. So sometimes I will find myself getting into trades a little bit early. It was my timing on my entrance that probably made more of the difference. Just a few ticks higher, and I would have been in those other two still. But you can see, I can still see the reasoning. Just waiting for a little bit more confirmation can make all the freaking difference in the world. Also, 3 losing trades in a row, done for me. And you can see I don't usually make it to that point. Still no changes in our anticipations just yet. First one has been taken out. I'd like to see it come all the way back down to here, but that just may not happen. So we're going to wait for a slowdown and then take the exit. Reach that support area. We're going to go ahead and take that exit. This may push down further, but this is a really good area for this to give a decent bounce back. Okay. I'm going to step away from this because I am hungry, but I will, you know, maybe I'll wait just a few minutes. I'm going to wait just a few minutes to step away, see if this pulls back and gives me what I'm looking for. If not, we'll just move on with the day. So if this doesn't give me what I'm looking for, I'll pass on this next trade. I'm not going to take slight looks off of the 233. I want to see it pull back, maybe give me some divergence on the 610 before I consider a move to the upside. If this doesn't meet my criteria to take a trade. And when I just take the smallest tenths of the criterias and really don't give my bigger charts the opportunity to show it to me, I end up in trades a little too early, like I did with these two. So the 233 would have given me an indication to take a long. And right about now I'd be going, oh! Didn't have to come from right here. Got my fingers on the close button because I'm going to be quick on this if it doesn't push up. Just a lot in favor of this continuing up. Oh, it's so frustrating when it touches your target several times. It doesn't take it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep moving this off just until we see a slowdown. Going to go a couple ticks back behind here. I'm going to give it a little bit of space, but I'm not going to give it too much. Oh, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and take this trade out. I think it has a good chance to push back pretty far, and I don't want to lose any profit where I'm at. So we're going to go ahead and take that out. Alright, so I'm going to take that break that I talked about. I might come back to this in a little bit. I'm 45 minutes into trading. 4 trades in, which you don't normally see. 2 losses, 2 wins. I don't even know where I'm at in profit for the day. Oh, that includes yesterday. Let me just see today. 375. So I started off with down 450 with these first two being just a little bit too soon. And then after that, getting a little bit more on point, knowing that the short was here, that the long was here. And this could continue up. I would be elated if it did. The target that I'm looking for is way, way up here. So around 45 is probably about where we're looking for this to go. I've got to grab some quick lunch and we'll see if we come back to it. All right, I'm back. I actually had a meeting that I had to join, but I wanted to come back and no, we haven't made it to that spot, but to be right here, way too far up, and just looking at the obstacles in the way, I'd have to watch the way it behaves when it pulls back down here. I'm waiting for this. Just looking down at something else. And I almost missed my entry there. It was my last opportunity to get into that before my risk was too much. And it may even be now. It may come down, touch it, and go. Which if it does, I'll be prepared. Took me out for more than my actual, still in the works. This is the only one that's really starting to concern me. So some things to really think about in watching today's trading from me, because I had a little bit more time, definitely some more energy to put with it, is timing. And I'm going to just go ahead while this trade is running and turn these on. Okay. So definitely some timing. I was having a little bit of timing issues with grabbing this short early. I knew what to anticipate. I was just a little ahead of myself. When it came to my exit, I'm really good with what I took here and not taking anything here. I was in a meeting, so it's fine. Now, watching as this is pulled up and what happened here, I did see an entry opportunity. My timing was a little bit off. So was this something that I would take again? Yeah, probably would. We can't always anticipate it to pull back down a little bit deeper the way it did here, but this is a very good sign when it gives this deep pullback and gives you some really good signals on your higher tick charts. Now, I do have to be aware that this area has held this up several times. So once it pulls up into here, or as we're pulling up in here now, I have to ask myself, what am I looking for to happen? Well, this may still give a little bit of a pullback before it pushes up. I think we're pretty good where we're at. I don't want to move my risk in too tight, because let's talk about this here too. We've had this area that's holding, and we have this area that's holding. We have a lot more signals that this market is going up than we do that it's going down at this time. Now, does that mean it can't pull back, meander around, or does that mean it can't completely change and go in the opposite direction? It can do whatever the heck it wants. What we're reading by the patterns is that this has a better opportunity to push up. There's just a few things in the way that we want to be aware of, we want to pay attention to, and if we get strong reactions off of, I don't want to stay in this trade any longer. Now, you could see that my last trade actually took out more than what the risk was set at, and that will happen from time to time. So if you let that kind of thing bother you, then you're letting just this little tick thing, just let it go and move on to the next one. So that's what I decided to do with this. Much better entry point, much better risk on the trade, and a little bit more room to run with that. Now, right behind this area, right behind where this is where I want to move my risk to if this pushes up. I'd really like to see it touch my resistance area there, or touch my target, some areas that are going to hold up the party possibly. Moving your risk too quick to a break even could have taken you out for a loss on this trade. I want to put another one in here so bad. It's done exactly what I anticipated to. Come right back down to this line. Still everything, nothing's changed. I really could have put another one in there. Now I can move my wrist. Here we go now. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm just moving this up. Yeah, I'm big on a break even, because look at where we're coming to. We're coming to an area that has created a bounce several times. We are looking at this with a little bit different eyes. I am going to go ahead, move this up to my red line there from my trade earlier. Do I think it's going to make it? I got no clue. I'm going to have to watch and see what happens here as we're pushing. Now, we stalled out for so long that usually when we have a big stall out like that, we have a big move after. But, you know, we come to resistance areas and they've been holding and holding. And just trying to decide if I let this little bit of a slowdown bother me. And I've had people ask me, why don't you just let it hit it? Because then I don't have a reason I'm exiting. I need to have a reason, y'all. Not just exit because. Man, I got a potential reversal bar on all my charts here. Pulling back just a little bit. This could give a pretty strong push down. I'm going to put this here, see if it pulls back and touches it. There we go. Go ahead and take me out there. Now I'm going to call it a day. So I'm going to put these videos together. This is 2 hours, 2.5 hours of trading. Normally when you see me trade, you only see me trade for a little bit of time. And let's go ahead. You can see this was yesterday. I didn't put the video up. I do have it. Today was talking a little bit about being able to get back in a trade when a trade goes against you. I'm definitely seeing the reasons for the short here. Maybe just a little bit premature. Definitely on my first entry. The second entry, I don't really want to say it was premature. I had the signals. It just didn't push through at that time. And I know that they were a little bit, and let's just go back to it really quick. So we can, I'm going to put these side by side. So these, the 233 and the 610 are what we're really looking at right now. So It did give me a second signal. I really liked the third one best. So the first two trades, and we'll go ahead and mark these so we can get everything done out of the way. All right, so the first trade, boom, automatic, minus 2.5. Okay, all right, so first trade, automatic loss 2.5. Second trade, I lost another 2 points. I'm starting off with 4.5 negative, but I'm not going to let that stop me from what I know that I can achieve, right? So the next time it pulls up, it definitely gives me a better opportunity as it's pulling up to this sweet spot here on the MACDs. It's just a little bit more oomph behind it. So with that one, my first target, I took 2 points right here. And my second target, I took, so now, I don't know why I keep saying that. Now I'm up, I'm up a point. I'm up a point, I'm not stressing, all right? So then we go ahead, and you guys haven't seen me trade this much in a while. For the next trade, I get 2 points and 0.75. And yes, could I have held this trade a little bit longer, waited for some different signals to exit? Absolutely. I actually did have to step away. I completely forgot that I had a meeting that started in 15 minutes from then, and was reminded, so it did work out that I stepped away. And then we come to these next ones, which are happening here. So there's 2 trades here. The first one, whew, just even looking at it here, it's not pretty. I know my risk was right here. And guess what happened? It pushed down so hard, it pushed past my risk and took an extra 2 ticks. So instead of losing a 1.5 here, I lost 3 points. Now, that could scare the crap out of a lot of people. Right here, I would be positive 0.75, so positive less than 1 point. Some people would say, go ahead and exit that out. I don't want to do this anymore. This did give me a second opportunity that I did not take to enter. I'm okay with that. It definitely said right here that we could have gotten back in. By the time I really was feeling it, it was just pushing so hard that I said forget it, because then I was going to end up with a situation like here where it had the possibility to pull down past where I was entering. But that entry was allowing me to have my risk at the right spot. So today is really about, even though you see these opportunities and they may make you a little bit nervous after maybe losing, you got to get back up on the saddle, y'all. You cannot just say, whoop, I lost a trade. I can't trade anymore today. My wits are gone. You know, I like to think of it like dating, riding a bike, driving a car. Things are going to happen. It doesn't mean that you need to completely stop driving or stop working towards your goals. The first one didn't work. It stopped me out for more than I really, really liked, but I knew the second one was coming. It was really this hard push. Was still MACD's leading higher on your 610. It said, go for it. Just a little bit with this last exit. Knowing my own personal psychology, there was a moment where I said to myself, but what if? What if it pulls back down to here and just bounces up from there, right? But we know what the what ifs have done in the past. It pulls down, doesn't bounce immediately up from there. It messes around for a while and then bounced up. So because of all the space it had to run, because of all the times it didn't follow through here, it took me a moment, but I said, let me go ahead and take my profit. And you can see, had I not taken my profit right now, I'd be sweating it. I'd be a little pissed off because I had lost, 2 points, at least 2 points on that trade. I'd be down 2 points when I was up 2.75. So there is definitely a psychology that goes with this, and we have to remember to pay attention and stay in tune and not let the fear and the greed take us over. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in the beginner video once I get these puppies edited and ready to roll out for you, and we can really go through this just a bit more and in detail, and just talking about how this affects other traders. But I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Happy Tuesday to everyone. If your kids start back at school tomorrow, like one of mine does, then congratulations. I know you'll miss them. They will be missed, but they will be back. So, hope everybody has a wonderful day. Keep up the good work. If you have questions, definitely let me know.